Hey, what I want to show you today is something that will really help you uh, help with your shoulders, um, especially when it comes to doing specific exercises and how your shoulder girdle is supposed to sit in a proper position as you perform these exercises. And really, it doesn't matter what you do. It could be exercising, it could be bench press, it could be squats, curls, it could be just walking down the street, it could be at your computer, it could be anything. As long as your shoulders are sitting in the proper position um, relative to the rest of your body, and meaning that if your posture is correct with your shoulders and your back, you're not going to run into as many problems with your shoulders, because the main reason is that the shoulder is a pretty complex joint, and most of the times what happens, especially with the chronic soreness in our shoulders, especially when we're doing exercises, is has to revolve around certain structures in our shoulders that end up closing because of our postures. Our postures are always changing. The older we get, whether we know it or not, our postures tend to change. Um, because especially for those of us who are always at our desk typing away, what ends up happening, instead of our shoulders being back and down, over time our postures will change because our heads are heavy. Our heads are about 10 pounds. And when we're staying in the same position for 8, 9, 10 hours a day at a computer, that's a lot of weight our neck to support. So what ends up happening is that we end up slouching. So we end up slouching like that because our head is allowing our bodies to move forward because of the weight. And when that happens, the structures in our shoulders, especially the AC joint um, allows a tendon called the supraspinatus tendon to go through it. And also it houses this little bursa. So we got this bursa, we got the supraspinatus tendon going through this little opening called the AC joint. So when our shoulders move forward, that joint, that little AC joint closes up. There's a little opening that closes up. And when it closes up, it impinges our supraspinatus tendon. Now our supraspinatus tendon runs from our back, mid-back, upper back, and it comes right down through here, a little shoulder. So when we get a lot of pain, it's usually right here with our shoulders. That's where that impingement usually happens. Now, and it also comes down to bursitis, because that little bursa sac that's in that joint, when our AC joint closes up, it puts a lot of pressure on that bursa, and the end result is tendonitis with the supraspinatus tendon, or bursitis with that bursa sac in our AC joint. So what we want to do is we want to open up those structures, and as soon as we open up those structures, our tendons can breathe again. Our supraspinatus tendon can breathe again. It can start to heal. That bursa can start to open up again. And that's exactly what we want, especially when it comes to doing exercises. Now, what I'm going to show you today is an exercise that will create a mind-muscle connection with your back and your shoulders. Now, it's very important because the new normal we have with our postures as we get older, we don't even know it's our new normal, like the slouching. We don't even know that's our new normal because we just developed that new mind-muscle connection with those different muscles that are pulling our shoulders forward. So what we need to do is reprogram our minds to reestablish that connection with our back muscles, to pull those shoulders back and to keep that posture the way it's supposed to be. That's exactly what we want to do. And I guarantee you this, as soon as you do that and you get into the habit of doing this exercise and imagining what I'm going to explain to you, your posture is going to change over time and your shoulders are going to slowly heal over time. Now, I'm not going to guarantee that they're going to be 100%, because depending on how much damage is already done to your shoulders, it depends. But I can say this, as soon as you open those structures up and you keep them open up, it's going to allow those tendons, the bursa, to heal. And when that happens, good things, you're not gonna feel as much pain. Yeah, you can do certain exercises that won't cause you as much pain, and you'll be stronger for it. So I'm going to show you an exercise that nobody showed me this exercise. This is an exercise that I basically developed because it was the best for my particular situation. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to stand with your heels against the floor, against the wall, with your butt against the wall. I'm sorry, your heels against the wall, your butt against the wall. And what I want you to do is I want you to put your back against the wall, and I want you to move your shoulders into the wall. Now, once your shoulders get into the wall, I want you to use your back muscles to pull your shoulders into the wall, like this. Now keep your head against the wall, looking forward, and you're gonna feel your muscles, your back muscles, pulling your shoulders flush into the wall. And I want you to count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I want you to stand and imagine that wall is still on your back. I want you to just take a walk around and imagine that wall still on your back. Imagine your back pulling your shoulders into the wall. And remember, your body has to be straight with that wall. Now walk around like that for a bit. And I want you to do it again. Heels against the wall, butt against the wall, shoulders flush, the backs of your shoulders flush with the wall, and using your back muscles, pull your shoulders into the wall. And I want you to count to 20 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now when you stand away from the wall, imagine that wall is still on your back. Now what's going to happen over time, I want you to do this 4, 5, 6 times a day. When you get up from your computer, I want you to do 2, 3 times. Count to 20 and then take that walk around, pretend that imaginary wall is on your back. Keep your shoulders back. I want your thumbs to be pointing forward. I don't want the backs of your hands pointing forward. I want your thumbs to be pointing forward. Your thumbs should be like that. When your thumbs are pointing forward, it's going to put your shoulders into the right position. Move your shoulders back. Imagine that wall is flat against your back. And I want you to puff that chest out. That's very important as well. I really want you to puff that chest out. Because as you move your back muscles, move your shoulders into the wall, you're going to feel a stretch all along here. What that means is that your shoulder structures are going to open up. That means your shoulders aren't going to be tight. They're going to open up. And when they open up, all those structures, all the tendons in those areas are going to start to breathe again. And that's what we want. And over time, your mind is going to form a new muscle-mind connection with your back. And you're going to notice after a couple months, your thumbs are going to be moving forward and you're going to be walking. You're going to be walking in the right posture. And that's exactly what you want. And then your shoulders will start to heal and you'll actually start to be stronger in certain exercises just because your tendons are starting to heal and your structures are where they're supposed to be. So this is what I want you to do next week. And for the next week, I want you to keep doing this for the duration of your program. And I'm positive you keep up with this, only good things can happen. All right, we'll talk a little later. Take care.